Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining us here on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Tim Pham in for Laura today. Happening today, Representative Michael Baumgartner is hosting a pair of town halls in Spokane and Ritzville. It's being considered a relatively rare move at a time when many of his fellow Republicans are avoiding in-person town halls in their districts. The first meeting was held in Ritzville this morning. The second town hall will be at Whitworth University for a moderated discussion at 6 p.m.
Well, happy St. Patrick's Day. It actually started out as a white St. Patrick's Day on the Palouse this morning after a morning batch of snowfall was in that region. Had temperatures pretty close to 32 degrees for those low temperatures. Now for the Palouse, looks like some of that rain and snow or a wintry mix may still continue for another hour or so. Most of that is going to dodge Spokane, but only just barely for today. Instead, we'll just keep our eyes on these mostly cloudy skies as we'll see just a spotty shower chance. Our model even goes as high as 24%, but really it's closer to about 5 to 10% chance for just a moment of rainfall, like a minute or two of some rain or maybe even graupel. And that would be the be-all, end-all of it today. So our temperatures on this St. Patrick's Day will end up a bit colder over the Palouse. You see a high of 41 degrees there, 48 in Spokane, and still in the low 50s for central Washington. It'll be dry for a couple more days, but we're tracking another chance of some decent rain and wind later on in the week. So we'll take a look at the extended forecast coming up.
It's Tournament Central here at KREM 2 as we follow along with the Zags all week here on KREM 2 News and KREM 2 Plus. The Zags made the tournament as an 8 seed after winning the WCC championship. They will play 9 seed Georgia in Wichita, Kansas on Thursday. Tip-off for that game is at 1:35 p.m. on TBS. Gonzaga's 8th seed in this year's March Madness tournament is lower than last year. However, it's not getting the team down. KREM 2 Sports Director Andrew Quinn was at the kennel talking to players after the team found out where they would play.
Well, there was some uncertainty heading into Selection Sunday for the Gonzaga Bulldogs, as pundits and bracketologists had the Zags seeded anywhere from 6 to 9. Well, the Zags are the 8 seed in the Midwest region, despite the fact that St. Mary's earned a 7 seed, and the Zags just beat them for the WCC championship, and GU is also a top 10 team in the net rankings. However, despite all of that, this team is just focused on getting right back out on the court and continuing with this positive momentum they have heading into the NCAA tournament.
Extremely grateful that we got the opportunity to be a part of this tournament. We know it's not an easy tournament to qualify for, so we're just glad that we can continue to play on in March.
This is our best form of basketball right now, I think. It's been a very up and down year, but I think we finally are starting to find our stability and our comfort level of our play, and yeah, man, I think our momentum is just where we need, just what we needed, going into this tournament.
Getting that win against St. Mary's gave us a huge burst of confidence, and I feel like we're on a 5-game winning streak and just ready to play any team that wants any smoke. So just getting ready for the tournament and playing Georgia is going to be a first exciting match.
I think stay really good on the defensive side of the ball like we have been recently. Stay attentive to detail in terms of scouting reports and what these teams do. And if we do that, I feel like we get our offense going. We could run, we could play our style of basketball, and could win some big games. So I'm looking forward to it.
For me, this is going to be my last time playing in March, and it's been an unbelievable experience every year in and year out. So I can't wait. I'm going to leave it all out there.
The key word you heard there from the players is confidence. This team believes it is playing its best basketball heading into March Madness, and the Zags are already familiar with Georgia's top player. Forward Asa Newell actually toured Gonzaga before committing to Georgia. So this game on Thursday will take place at 1:35 p.m. You can catch all the action on TBS, and we'll have all of your Gonzaga coverage from Wichita right here on KREM 2. For now, reporting at the McCarthy Athletic Center, Andrew Quinn, KREM 2 Sports.
So Thursday's game will be a battle of the Bulldogs, if you will, since it's both Gonzaga's and Georgia's mascot. KREM 2's Caitlin Galloway tells us about the Georgia team that could make this an interesting matchup.
Well, the Bulldogs actually lost in the first round of the SEC tournament, which on paper sounds like it should be an easy matchup. But Don't let that fool you. In terms of conferences, the SEC sent a record 14 teams, the most ever from a single conference, to the NCAA tournament. Their first round loss in the SEC tournament to Oklahoma was their first loss since February 22nd and ended their longest winning streak against SEC teams since 2016. They're used to playing high caliber tournament teams in conference play, and head coach Mike White has some confidence in the conference.
The strength of the talent, the depth, the coaching, the fan bases, the facilities, the exposure is at an all-time high in college basketball. And the numbers finally back it up. We've been saying it for a few years now. Like, I think the numbers this year will back up what we're saying. The SEC is the best league in men's basketball, like it is in so many other sports.
Seems like there might be some fans around the Pacific Northwest that may object to that. We'll see how it goes, and for more coverage, tune in on air and online at KREM.com.
KREM 2 will be in Wichita for all the action. KREM 2 Sports Director Andrew Quinn and Chief Journalist Amanda Rowley are hitting the road with the Zags. They will have reports from Wichita, Kansas starting on Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, we want to let you know about this. We'll be taking a deep dive into all things March Madness and GU. Join us for a live Tournament Central special at 7 p.m. on Wednesday on KREM 2 and KREM 2 Plus. Well, now is your time to shine. Do you have a feeling about which team is going to win the NCAA basketball tournament? If so, right now you can compete in the Northern Quest March Bracket Challenge. The contest is open right now on KREM.com through this upcoming Thursday at 9 a.m. That's the deadline. If your bracket does better than KREM 2 Sports Director Andrew Quinn's, then you could win pizza from Papa Murphy's Pizza. And the person with first place locally wins a prize package from Northern Quest.